The world just became a little bit safer thanks to President Trump and the peace that he is negotiating between Russia and Ukraine. Let's get right into it. My name is Clayton Keirns from TrendingPolitics.com. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's dive right into it. So the left, month after month after month, was saying there's no way that Trump can do it. He's not going to end the war. He's just a buffoon. And we are only 3 weeks into his presidency, and look what he is already doing. So I know this is a lot, but this is very important for the future of our nation. So I'm going to read this as fast as I can, okay? Trump posted this on Truth Social. I just had a lengthy and highly productive phone call with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. We discussed Ukraine, the Middle East, energy, artificial intelligence, the power of the dollar, and various other subjects. We both reflected on the great history of our nations and the fact that we fought so successfully together in World War II, remembering that Russia lost tens of millions of people, and we, likewise, lost so many. We each talked about the strengths of our respective nations and the great benefit that we will someday have in working together. But first, as we both agreed, we want to stop the millions of deaths taking place in the war with Russia and Ukraine. President Putin even used my very strong campaign motto of common sense. We both believe very strongly in it. We agreed to work together very closely, including visiting each other's nations. We have also agreed to have our respective teams start negotiations immediately, and will begin by calling President Zelensky of Ukraine to inform him of the conversation, something which I will be doing right now. And then he goes into some more of the details here, and then we're going to get to his statement about Zelensky. He calls Zelensky. I just spoke to President Zelensky of Ukraine. The conversation went very well. He, like President Putin, wants to make peace. We discussed a variety of topics having to do with the war, but mostly the meeting that is being set up on Friday in Munich, where Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio will lead the delegation. I am hopeful that the results of that meeting will be positive. It is time to stop this ridiculous war where there has been massive and totally unnecessary death and destruction. God bless the people of Russia and Ukraine. And then immediately after that conversation, Zelensky posts this on Twitter. I had a meaningful conversation with President of the United States. We long talked about the opportunities to achieve peace, discussed our readiness to work together at the team level, and Ukraine's technological capabilities, including drones and other advanced industries. I am grateful to President Trump for his interest in what we can accomplish together. We also spoke about my discussion with Secretary Scott Bessent and the preparation of a new document on security, economic cooperation, and resource partnership. President Trump shared details of his conversation with Putin. No one wants more peace than Ukraine. Together with the U.S., we are starting our next steps to stop Russian aggression and ensure a lasting, reliable peace. As President Trump said, let's get it done. We agreed to maintain further contact and plan upcoming meetings. Guys, do you understand how much of a breakthrough this is? This war has been going on for basically 3 years now. We're almost coming up on the 3-year mark, because I remember it was February-ish of 2022 when this all broke out. And why did Putin feel emboldened to enter Ukraine? It was because Joe Biden was the president, and he was a empty vessel, a weak human being in the White House who was not going to stand up to Russia, who did not have the authority and the gravitas to put an end to this. Nobody wanted to cross Trump. Nobody wanted to stir the pot when Trump was president, but they did not care when Biden was president. And to the fact that Trump, within 3 weeks, with everything else he's done, in the first 3 weeks, he is already on the doorstep of a peace deal with Russia and Ukraine. This is next level stuff. And in fact, one of the biggest Trump haters in the world, Geraldo Rivera, tweeted something that I had to rub my eyes a little bit and making sure I wasn't dreaming. He tweeted this: if Trump can squeeze something like peace out of Gaza and Ukraine, he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, that's coming from Geraldo Rivera, who hates Trump, who constantly spews anti-Trump lies and propaganda. If there was anyone who wouldn't want to give Trump credit, it's this guy, Geraldo Rivera. So moving on, let's see what White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had to say about these extraordinary developments.
This morning, the president spoke to President Putin of Russia. They spoke at length, and the president released a statement following that conversation in great detail. I can also confirm that the president just recently got off the phone with President Zelensky of Ukraine. His truth is as follows. I just spoke to President Zelensky of Ukraine. The conversation went very well. He, like President Putin, wants to make peace. We discussed a variety of topics having to do with the war, but mostly the meeting that is being set up on Friday in Munich, where Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio will lead the delegation. I am hopeful that the results of that meeting will be positive. It is time to stop this ridiculous war where there has been massive and totally unnecessary death and destruction. God bless the people of Russia and Ukraine. I myself just spoke to the president about these calls, and he told me to tell all of you they were very good calls, they were very positive, and the administration is wholeheartedly committed to a peace deal to end once and for all the Russia-Ukraine war. More on that later, I'm sure you.
I mean, guys, another example of Trump doing exactly what he said he was going to do. All of these different things are already in motion. And I mean, we are witnessing something truly historic. And to be honest, I can't believe what we're seeing here. We all knew that this second administration was going to be something special. But I don't know if any of us expected this. And there's still a lot of headwinds ahead of us. Okay, look, the golden age is not going to come to us just super easily. Things are going to be tough at times. But the fact that we're making this kind of progress this early in his administration, I mean, you know, one of the landmarks of any presidency is like, hey, what can you get done in the first 100 days? First 100 days, we're 21 days in. I mean, he still has 79 days left of his first 100 days, and we're making this kind of progress. And to finish things off, Clinton Russell here on Twitter says, "This is the most important thing Trump has done yet, and ultimately why I voted for him. The Biden administration had cut off all communications between the U.S. and Russia for years. No more. Now, he, Trump, is deploying his full foreign policy team to negotiate peace in Ukraine. God willing, this war will end." I mean, what else can we say? What else can we say? So please let me know in the comments what you think about this. What you think about President Trump's first 21, 22 days, and how excited you are that we're finally going to have peace. Peace through strength, as he always says. Let me know. Signing off, my name is Clayton Keirns, and I'll be talking to you very soon.